This is the smart hashtag 3. You've seen the smart hashtag 1. There are a number running around our roads in Malaysia. This is the 3. Now, you're probably going to ask me, where's the smart hashtag 2? The 2 is not come out yet. So they've decided to start with the 1, go with the 3. The next one will probably be the smart hashtag 5. Now, we have explained before that smart is a product of Mercedes-Benz and Geely. It comes from China. It's designed by the people at Mercedes-Benz, and it's got a whole bunch of Geely technology. Now, if you look at this vehicle, a lot of the lines from the smart hashtag 1 are on this car, but it's almost like it's got flattened. Wider, lower, sleeker. Now follow me, I want to show you something on the side of this car. If you look at it from this angle, is it a sports coupe? Is it a 4-door fastback? I think it is. But they call it an SUV. This is not an SUV. Yes, it's got nice, big 19-inch wheels. It's got flip-out door handles. It's got that nice silhouette. But it's not an SUV. It's not even a crossover. I'm sorry, people from Smart and Geely. I will still call this a coupe. And it's a good-looking coupe. I think it's one of the best-looking electric cars in the market right now at its price point. Yes, there are rivals. The rivals are very well built. The rivals are, in fact, better in some ways. But when you get into this car, I'm starting with the back seat simply because there's a lot of space in the back seat. You get this very nice, almost Mercedes AMG-like seats with the smart logo there. You get this full-length glass roof. You get aircon vents. You get, Type-C and USB charging points. And then you get these rivets. Look at these rivets on the seats. This is a feature that they've put into the Smart 3, front and back seats, okay? So lots of room. As you can see, 3 people, not an issue, even with legroom. The dashboard layout is similar to the Smart hashtag 1. Nice big screen, small screen here, which I think is enough because there's enough information here. Gear shifter is here. All your other functions are here. You have a place to put some stuff. You have your USB points here. You got cup holders here. Big, I would say glove box, you might say, because there's a glove box here, a glove box here. And there's also a little place to put your charging card. You have your smart card for your charging. And you've got this big shelf here, which I think is great for ladies because why? I'll move my legs so you can get a better view. That shelf, women can put their handbags there, which is very useful. Now, if your handbag is too big, then sorry lah, didn't work out. Electric seats, flat bottom steering wheel. I like the fact that Smart has put in physical buttons on the steering wheel. So you actually have to click to use them. So if you're driving, you don't have to look down. Yes, you have this big screen that controls everything. And when I say controls everything, I'll explain to you later how many interesting things it controls. Aircon vents are here. Great cooling feature. Let me close everything. And you have an electric car that will give you 325 kilometers of driving range in a full charge. Now you will say, not that much. True. But this is the Smart hashtag 3 Pro. Pro is the starter variant. 175,000 ringgit Malaysian gets you this car. Of course, you get the bigger version, you get a bigger battery, you get longer driving range. So for this, 175,000 ringgit, you can go up to 325 kilometers without any problem. So let's now take it out for a short test drive. Okay. So when you talk about electric cars, they always mention one feature, one point. I don't think it's very important, but people keep asking me about it. How big is the frunk? F-R-U-N-K. So what's a frunk? A frunk is basically what electric cars have in terms of having trunk. Trunk is T-R-U-N-K, space in front, space at the back. Now, because it's an electric car, the battery's underneath, the motors are at the corners. So you open the front of the car, and since you don't have an engine, this is your frunk. Small charging cables. Why is this such an important feature? What are you going to keep in here? Nothing much, right? But people like to talk about it. I wonder why. Anyway, what is more important is what's in the back. And before we go there, charging point, the outlets. So you know it's an electric car. How do you open this? There are no points anywhere. Nothing to say, hey, press me to open this car. But Smart has installed a little button. Very, very smart way of doing it. It's right here inside the A. See that? I think it's a great little feature. They thought about it. And then you come into the boot. Now, because it's got that coupe-like profile, the boot is quite high, the boot floor is quite high, but underneath this, you've got a hidden section. A nice hidden section for you to put your laptop or your backpack or maybe some small clothes or, your casual shopping or whatever. But it's a useful space. Why they have it like this? Maybe they want it to be a little bit hidden because you got the glass panel at the back. Automatically it releases and goes down. And there you have it, the Smart Hashtag 3. In showrooms right now, this is the Pro version. Like I said, this is the based variant. Take it out for test drive and see if this car is more interesting than its rivals. So when you get into the Smart, you just keep the key in your pocket. You don't need to actually use the key for anything. There is no start stop button anywhere, no ignition button anywhere. All you need to do is get into the car, click the gear shifter into D or R, and the car is ready to go. So if you click the D, starts moving, you get going, and then you realize, hey, the mirrors are not adjusted. But where's the adjustment for the mirrors? It's not on the door, it's not here. Now, here's the interesting feature. The mirror adjustment is on the screen. So I have to get back into the screen, look for vehicle settings. Okay, vehicle settings. Then you can set, your quick controls for lighting, general, driving assistance, vehicle setting, vehicle condition. So you see here, door mirrors. So you click on door mirror.
Use the buttons on the right-hand side of the steering wheel to adjust the angle of the door mirrors.
So I use here, right-hand side. We start with the left one. And I use this to adjust the mirror. Now if I go back to this.
Use the buttons on the right-hand side of the steering wheel to adjust the angle of the door mirrors.
For the right-hand side mirror, which is here, I can adjust it. And that's it. Now, some of you will say, bit difficult, huh? Because I got to go into the system. Now, how often do you actually adjust the mirrors? If you're the primary driver, it's already adjusted to your driving. If there's a secondary driver, then maybe they have to adjust. Yes, some people might have a lot of drivers for the same car. Some people might just have one or two. So that's a little bit of an issue. I myself would have preferred it to just be a little function here where I can just press left or right, toggle switch, done. But maybe this reduces the technology cost when you put this car together. We don't know. Let's find out if other manufacturers do it. So you've got all these features in the car. Go back to your thing. Okay, you got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, okay, and it's wireless, and you got this little leopard. So what does the little leopard do? Hello, Smart.
What would you like to do next?
Nearest charging point.
The following charging stations have been found. Please select.
Direct me to Jom Charge.
This is what I found.
Okay, so Bye-bye.
Okay.
So we've seen how the software works. I mean, part of it, audio system and everything else. You know, the leopard or cheetah or whatever that animal is. Maybe I should do my National Geographic research a bit better to make sure I know what that is. Meanwhile, let's go to D. Let's take it out for a drive. Remember, this is the Smart Pro, hashtag 3 Smart Pro, not the Brabus version. Now, the Brabus version, of course, is much more powerful with the bigger battery. So this is not the high-end version. You got 3 driving modes. You can choose Eco, Comfort, or Sport. Now, for the best in terms of driving distance, you always go Eco. So let's go out on the main road. Now, what I like about this car, the moment you start driving it, is the weighted steering. Now, I use the word weighted steering. For some of you who don't understand this, yes, it's a little bit heavy. Heavy means you feel the vehicle. It's not feather light. I do not like feather light steering wheels. A lot of modern cars, some electric cars, have feather light steering wheels. Yes, some people love it in city driving. I am a driving enthusiast. I like something with a bit of weight, something that I can feel. And when you accelerate, this car does not hesitate. And it's got very interesting handling. I use the word interesting because it's not too soft, it's not too hard, and it's not too harsh. A lot of electric cars come with very big wheels, very slim tires, so the ride comfort is a bit harsh. This has got a nice setting with the 19-inch wheels. Just right, if you ask me. Now, we can go, you see, we're in comfort. Let's go into eco. I want to get as much driving distance as possible. Because why? I'm not interested in going fast. I'm driving in traffic. I'm driving day to day. I want to, get my driving distance as much as possible on one charge. So like I explained earlier, this is a battery electric vehicle. It gives you a decent driving range, 175,000 ringgit. You get seating for 5. You get a decent sized boot. And it looks good. It looks like a Mercedes GLC Coupe, which has been given a little bit more heft, a little bit more attention, you might say. Sound insulation is good. Let me tell you, the sound system is also very good. But you can't appreciate it in a video like this. Go to a showroom, test the sound system. You will be impressed with what Smart has provided inside the Smart hashtag 3.